Alright, so with Zeldris coming out, we assume next week for GP, I wanted to make a video talking about what I want him to do. Because this unit will make or break for Estarossa. Estarossa really needs Zeldris to be a character that caters to what he needs. And I forgot to log in. That caters to what he needs and actually provides support for him, right? And people don't like when I say, oh, this character is going to be support for this character. No, this is a DPS character. Just by a character being a demon, it's support for Assault Milius. Or it's support for Estarossa now. Because Estarossa needs demons, right? And the best partner for Estarossa right now is Hendrickson. Not because Hendrickson is particularly great. Hendrickson's passive is worth nothing for Estarossa. This passive increases damage for debuff cards 50%, pointless for Estarossa. Doesn't do anything for him. Is solely the fact that he has 2 AoE cards. That's it. The debuffs don't really matter. I mean, they're decent actually, because if you encroach them, the debuffs actually do a higher percentage of the HP than they would otherwise, but they don't really do much, really. It's just some trashy cards, really. And the ultimate is okay, right? CC is terrible, his stats are terrible, doesn't even have a relic yet, right? Just the fact that he has 2 AoEs makes him the best partner. And that's all Zeldris has to do, honestly. Zeldris just needs to have 2 AoE cards. We've had from the leaks, oh, you can't, what the hell? We had from the leaks his 2 cards and how they look like. And people have been hoping that this means that they're going to be 2 AoE cards. For the looks of them, it looks like 2 AoE long-range cards. If I had to guess, it looks like that from the picture. But the picture doesn't depict everything. Just because the card is red doesn't even mean that the card will be an attack card specifically. It could still, in-game, become a debuff card. So there are many effects a debuff card could be. People in chat were saying if he has like AoE in fact, that'll be huge, right? Because then we're Link healing, right? If he has, AoE power strikes, which is for damage, stuff like that. And one of the cards could still be a counter card. For the looks of it, I don't think it will be. And I hope it's not. I hope it is actually like a double AoE. Double AoE is the best he can get. If Zeldris gets a double single target, it will be very terrible for Estarossa. Like, simply put. And this is why, right? We applied 3 Darkness, and next turn, when we AoE again, we applied the 4th Darkness on everyone, and everyone's going to be encroached. But not only that, but also, actually I'm going to go for Melly because he is closer to ultimate, but also, for every Darkness on the enemies, it increases your stats. Second turn, the moment I double AoE, my stats are so high, I almost can't die. Like, they're just so high, especially if Zeldris in the back. And now this is the worst. This is honestly the most worrying thing. Let's say the new Zeldris, on top of not having a double AoE, completely cocks you by replacing the other Zeldris, which is giving like a massive stat buff. What's gonna happen for the back character? Who are you gonna use in the back? Because who else is there other than Zeldris? There really isn't anyone. And that's very worrying to me for the Estarossa team, considering that it's struggling as it is, right? It really is struggling with the lack of characters for it. Athena, I mean, not many people have Athena. And, they have to keep doing a wave. It's not just Zeldris thing that should come out. The new Demon Chandler that was, leaked has to come out. As much as I hate to say it, I hope he's a 4th, right? If he's a really good 4th, that'll be huge. Just having a passive that works as a 4th would be amazing, right? Imagine he has an AoE's Darkness card. That would be nice, but then it wouldn't be a good opener. I hope one of the attacks is Infect, though. Infect is just such a good card right now in the meta. Either in fact or just turbo crit chance, so he does damage, right? Stuff like that. Okay. I think it would be nice for this. All the people running Liz, because there's a ton of people running Liz right now. Actually, like, a lot of people. Especially in ungeared. Ungeared and top 100. They have Tormilink? No. Ungeared and top 100 is where most people are running Liz. But top 100 is because you only face bots. So if you put Liz on, basically, you'll get Liz to die every single match, essentially. Because the bots will AoE. Hendrickson, wow, I see you love getting cards. Thankfully, this single target will kill the Rimuru, but I'm definitely gonna die to Melly's AoE. Because I can't really apply any more encroachment. Or I could, actually, if I do this. Or not encroachment, but you know, the thing. And I do this, actually. I'll apply True Darkness on him. Melly will kill him. Oh, Liz didn't even die. I'm finishing the video ungeared because of the Liz's from ungeared. You know, thinking about it, why do geared players just instantly quit? I guess they're in Challenger, so there's nothing to lose. Have I been able to play how many matches out of the last, like, 10? One, maybe? Okay. As I was saying, I do hope that the Zeldris does have a way of dealing with ults, because on the matter of ult rushing, it's still not a perfect science dealing with ult rush using Estarossa. Like, the best way is, of course, to double AoE with Hendrickson, then maybe one with Melly, have them all triple darkness, then you kill the end, and then you kill the other one. That's like the best way to deal with it. And if you don't have the double AoE, it's very hard to deal with ult rush. So a way of dealing with ult rush would be nice, but most importantly, I think, is a way of dealing with attack seal. I think attack seal is the biggest detriment to Estarossa. That's just... And something that will lose you matches if you're not using cleanse and stuff like that, which you're not going to use Glocks, right? Like, if you use Glocks, you're just kind of wasting a space on your team. You really are. Just for that cleanse, if you face someone that attacks you, you know? Don't worry, bro. I'll give you the win. I'll give you the win. It's okay. It's okay, bro. Okay. We're not gonna see big numbers because no one in geared wants to actually play the game. It's okay. See, Hendrickson, man, he isn't cut for it. Maybe he gets a Holy Relic that's actually kind of decent, but like, losing CC against Ludociel, even though I went first, is kind of sad. Right? Just because CC is just so terrible. So terrible. People still do ult rush? Where have you been? The end ult rush is the most overused thing in the game. He won't die. My stats are so high. They're just so high. Because of Hendrickson, my stats are just so high. I think I'm always doing my last stamina. It's crazy because, like, I want to face real players for my videos, but the real players I keep facing keep quitting. So I can only really play against bots. Like, technically. I miss Bond meta. Unironically, most fun Grand Cross ever was. Chat, can we time him out? Ah! Okay, it's over. It's over. I just hope he has double AoE, some form of dealing with debuffs, and lets me play the goddamn game. God damn it.